Hi guys, welcome to the introduction video for Bulky. Bulky is a bulk trading overlay tool for Path of Exile 1. It uses the same technology as PoE Awaken Trade to attach itself to the game window so that you can open it via a button combination like this. By default, this is control space. Let's get started. You can get the app from my GitHub page. The link will be in the description below. Just go there, download the exe file and execute it. While you're installing, Windows might show you a message because I have not signed the app. After you've installed, you can go back into the game and we will continue from there. The first thing you will have to do is to sign in. Bulky doesn't handle the sign-in itself, it delegates it to GGG. So make sure when this page opens that the address starts with pathofexile.com/oauth. Authorize yourself, and the login has happened. First thing you want to do in the app is probably to switch the league. By default, standard is selected. You might want to switch to mercenaries from the dropdown. I will stay in standard for this demonstration. There are other settings that you can take a look at. For now, we will skip them. Let's look at the main tabs. There is a bazaar, which is the offer list from other people, and there's a shop where you can upload your own offers. In the bazaar, you see different categories that you can select and a filter on the right side. Here would be all of the current offers available. Since this app hasn't been released yet, there are none. So let's go to the shop first. Let's start by creating our first offer. The first thing you'll want to do is to synchronize your stash tabs. This can be done with this button. Afterwards, you'll see them listed here. If you want to show your remove only tabs, you can click this button. Afterwards, select a category. We will stick with Essence for now. Select the stash tabs. For me, my essences are in this one. And synchronize your items. You can use multiple stash tabs here as well. Now here you see a list of items. You can deselect or select any that you want to trade. The prices are based on PoE.ninja. And if you're not happy with them, you can manipulate them either globally by applying a multiplier. Let's keep them here. Or if you don't like the price of a single item, you can also override this as you please. Now, when you're happy with the pricing, enter your in-game name. Then the other options that you can select are full buyout, which would mean that only users who want to buy this entire offer can buy it, or you can select a minimum price. Let's choose 10 chaos. If you're happy with all of these settings, click Generate Offer. Now it will be listed in your shop page. You can see its state here. It's currently active. And you have this button right here, which means auto synchronization. By default, this is on, and it means that every 10 minutes, this offer gets completely recomputed and re-uploaded with current chaos per diff ratio and current PoE Ninja prices, unless you have overwritten them. Now, this is true for most categories. It works like that for most of them. The exceptions here are Expedition and 8-mod maps. These are a bit more complex, and we will talk about those later. For now, let's go back to the bazaar. As you can see, the offer that we have just created now shows up here. You can see the seller, which is me in this case. You can see the ratio, the chaos to diff ratio, the multiplier, and its minimum buyout price. As a buyer, you now have a couple of options to filter. First, you can apply a max multiplier that you want to pay, which means that if you put it too low, this offer will disappear. If you put it back to 100 or higher, it will reappear. The next option that you have is to buy out the full listing, which will just basically accumulate all items in this offer and tell the seller that you want to buy all of them. If you don't want to do that, you have the option to buy up to 4 different items, although by default they're all the same. You will also have to input the quantity of them. Instead of putting the quantity, you can also choose always max quantity, which will set the quantity of the item that you want to buy as always the maximum quantity of what is available. One thing to note is that if the quantity or the value of the offer is too low, in this case 4, the offer will be grayed out and the minimum price will be highlighted. And as soon as you go over it, it will be possible to buy again. Now, if you found an offer that you like, you just whisper the player, and as you can see, the whisper will be sent automatically. Now, about this pop-up that you see here, this will show up for the seller only. It shows up here because I am the seller and I'm whispering myself. The notification here shows a couple of basic information, the category, the league, and the items that are in this offer, as well as the total price, and offers a couple of convenience functions: invite, initiate trade, and kick. If you want to change the position of this, you can do so by going into the settings, clicking on the move notification, and just move it around wherever you want it. Click lock, and it's fixed. If you never want to see any notifications because that's annoying to you, you can check the hide notifications button, in which case you will not see the pop-ups, and whenever you receive a trade message, only this bell icon shows. If you want to see the notifications at your convenience, you will just click it and then they appear. Okay, those were the basics. The only thing left to talk about is Expedition and 8-mod maps, since these are a bit more complex. We will start with Expedition. First, let's go back to the shop and create an Expedition offer. Choose Expedition, select the correct stash tab, synchronize the items, and they will show up. The currency is the same as essences, nothing special here. The logbooks are a bit different. There are 4 different levels, which correspond to white tier maps, yellow tier maps, and red tier maps. The 4th level is I level 83 plus. I just don't have any of those. Now, how this works is best explained on a category where I only have a single logbook. Here's the quantity, 1 of the white tier maps. Currently, this is being used as Order of the Chalice. You will have to overwrite the prices yourself because PoE Ninja doesn't track them. What else do we have? Black Scythe. Okay. So the way that this works is Bulky will scan all of your Expedition logbooks and then apply the highest price of the one that you choose here. So let's say this logbook has Rock and Tujan. If we put the prices at the same, it will choose anything at random. If you put Tujan higher, it will always choose Tujan for this logbook. Someone who wants to buy a Rock logbook will not be able to buy this. It will always only be able to sell at the highest price. For now, this is Tujan. Let's just list this and check it out in the bazaar. Edition. Right. So, as you can see, you will have to select the correct tier, which I did not. I level a 68 to 72. And here you can see this lists as Tujan for 4. If we change this to the Rock logbook, which is Chalice, it will disappear. You will not be able to buy this. Okay, last but not least, 8-mod maps. Select the correct tab first. Synchronize. These look a bit different. There are 4 level spaces. Not quite sure what to call that. I will stick with levels for now. We have 8-mod basic, 8-mod delirious, 8-mod originator, and 8-mod originator delirious. I am not sure if the 8-mod originator map running, trading will be a thing. Mark mentioned that they are farmable. Potentially there are strategies around to actually farm and sell them. It is possible. Of course, I don't have any. So for me, we can only see 8 mod basic, 8 mod delirious, of which I have 50 and 60 respectively. The first thing you will do is set a base price for both of those, or at least for the ones that you want to sell. If you keep it at 0, you will not, they will not be listed. Base price means this is the price that you would sell them at without a regex. Let's do 10 and 14 for now. The next step is that you probably should do is allow regex. Allow regex will open this dialog, and it will enable you to charge extra fees based on what kind of regex you will receive. We have modifiers to avoid, wanted modifiers, quantity, and pack size. And if you do not select something, like if you only select avoid and wanted, any regex that contains quantity or pack size will be ignored and they will not be able to message you. You will also see a price slider here. This price that you choose here adds on top of the base price. So let's do 2 and 5 for avoid wanted. If you receive a regex with modifiers to avoid, for example, elemental damage reflect, the price of the map would, for a normal basic 8 mod map, would be 10 plus 2 for the regex. If you get a regex that has the avoid modifiers as well as wanted modifiers, for example, more rare monsters, the price would now be 10 plus 2 plus 5, so 17 per map. If the regex also contains quantity, then it will be ignored and they cannot send you a message anymore. To demonstrate this, let's just generate this offer and look at it in the bazaar. 8 mod map, city square, tier 16. Yeah, the filter is a little bit different. You can only select one here. You can choose always max quantity, that is the same. If you check delirium layers, check the quantity here, it will change from 50 to 60. The name does not change. This is a bug. I will do that at some point. The quantity changes, however, and this will apply only to delirious maps now. So the price changes as well from 10 to 14. Originator influenced, if you do that, it goes away because I don't have any of those. You can also see what regexes are allowed and what they cost. If you want to apply a regex, I have copied a couple of over here. This one is reflected elemental damage. You will see the quantity adjusts to see how many of the maps actually meet the regex that you're looking for. And you will see that the price has adjusted to 12 now, because this is an avoid modifier. The base price was 10, 10 plus 2, 12. If we also extend this to search for more rare monsters, you see that the quantity is going down significantly, but there are still 10 that meet this regex. The price went up to 17 now, because this part is a wanted modifier. And I have prepared one with a quantity modifier as well. If you choose the same regex with a quantity modifier, it will now disappear, or the offer will disappear, because quantity regexes are not allowed. You can also see that by removing this, it doesn't work anymore. If you're happy with what you have selected, let's use this regex again, you can whisper the player. You can see this shows up. Since we have hidden our notifications before, it doesn't show up anymore. The seller will get this though. And for regexes, there will be an extra button here, which copies the regex, which you can do here. And then you go into your stash tab. The regex will be in your clipboard, and you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 maps that the guy wants to buy, 1 div 29C. The rest of them here are the delirious ones, which of course do not show up in this search. All right, this video is already longer than I wanted it to be. but I hope I could explain all of the things in a way that you could understand them. If you have any questions, just leave a comment. And yeah, that's it. Bye.